Hey guys, it's here bringing you another video. Now welcome to an episode of Climb to Master. Now today we're doing a POV commentary and we're playing Malz. Just to make the point clear, I'm going to upload this potentially as the main video tomorrow. But basically, obviously things have been a bit rough recently and I've been wanting to try and get in just to having fun with League of Legends again. So today on stream, we actually did a really lovely day that we played normal games with viewers the whole day. Viewer number was solid, 400 to 500 people. And I think just to kind of help the mental a bit, we're going to do that for the next couple of days. But obviously this is ranked and I'm going to basically play ranked when I'm feeling it in my own spare time, and we'll do POV commentaries. But just to make the point clear, over the next few days, other content that may be uploaded will be normal games, just for a bit of fun. You know, everything is a bit stressful right now in several different areas of our lives, I imagine, obviously with something going on in the world. So a bit of fun, a bit of light-hearted content, I don't think is going to hurt anybody. But this game, I'm going to be honest, I was really happy with how I played this game. And I weirdly haven't, well, I've been okay with how I've been playing recently. You know, in all the losses that we've been having, I've actually felt, I'm not doing that bad. I'm having some good performances. But this one specifically, I actually felt, oh no, this was actually a solid game. I was incredibly happy with, how I was playing. And yeah, hopefully you guys will agree with that. I made good decisions and we'll talk about that throughout. So we were actually going to go for an invade there, and that was a questionable, obviously, engage. The Shen was AFK at level 1. Naturally, as a Shen, especially a great invading champion, you probably don't want to be AFK as a Shen at level 1. With him being there, maybe with a taunt could have gone through. You never know. But in the end of the day, nothing negative happens, I'd say. But yeah. So I'm typing there in the chat, which you will see me do occasionally, just so you get my thoughts while I'm not obviously streaming or recording or commentating live. Just to kind of remind me, what am I thinking of me playing this game? And I do type, I prefer our comp. So why do I prefer our comp? Well, it's honestly, we've got high levels of aggression from different places in the game, with also good protection. It's well balanced. So you have a Rengar, you have a Vayne, both high aggressive champions, but then you have a Thresh for protection and CC. You've got a Shen for protection and CC, and then you throw Malzahar, who has decent damage and also got lockdown. It's going to be pretty good. Now, one thing you will see straight away is watch the farm. So naturally, if you've been a viewer of mine for a while, you'll know the biggest thing that Huzzy struggles with is farming. Well, he missed, like, let's say, in an average 6 minion wave, I might get, on average, 4 of those per wave, which isn't great, but I've always put it down to distraction of commentating, looking at Twitch chat, all that stuff. Right now, we have perfect farm. We're actually double the Lux's farm, which is a really good place to be. And yeah, just keep watching. Like, it goes pretty well so far. Like, if on an average game, I'd say I'd probably have about 9 farm. We have 12 right now, and we're going to continue trying to get that perfect farm, at least for the few, for as long as possible, if I'm honest. So, because yeah, that's what you're in the end of the day aiming for. It's not exactly like Lux is going to kill me, or it's not exactly like I'm going to kill Lux in the early game. Just how these champions work. But we're going to finish the 3rd wave with still perfect farm. 6 per wave plus 1 cannon minion is 19. We have 19. We're now moving on to the 4th wave, and we've still got perfect farm. And we miss our first one. So you can see my mouse going, because I knew I had perfect farm. I was like, damn it, dude. And then when you miss 1, you miss 2, and then it goes downhill from there. But not bad. Again, I don't remember the last time that I had perfect farm in the first 3 waves. And that might surprise some people, but again, it's the distraction of live commentating exists. And I'm not saying that as an excuse. It genuinely does. Live commentating plus looking at a Twitch chat, as a streamer, when I'm recording these live, streamers nowadays are responsible for your chat. Streamers have got, in trouble by Twitch for letting their chat get out of hand. So you constantly have to be on top of that. And I trust my community to be fine, but you never know. There are some bad apples in every community. Going to go back for the first time, though, and actually do something that a lot of people may not, but I actually end up selling some potions. Double kill from Vayne. She does die, but that's definitely worth it. I'm going to just teleport straight on the blue just to deny the Udyr. So yes, it is an Udyr. It's very weird, I guess, to see this. Rengar unfortunately misses his enraged, whatever the hell it's called, ferocity E. That would have been good. Going to continue with him though, and I'm pretty sure, by the way, this Udyr does not have flash up right now. So I'm waiting, and I was waiting for Rengar to land it. He does finally land it. I pick up that kill, which does give me red buff, and now Lux is going to look to do a bit of damage on me, but overall pretty worth. That is technically both of my summoners for that, because we use teleport to stop him on the blue, and then we use flash to finish him off. Now, he might have had flash up, but the way that we timed that, if you watch it back, Rengar hit his E, his empowered E, so he got stunned or rooted, whatever the hell. And then I landed my cube first, I think, to silence the Udyr. So even if he had flash, he was silent, he was stunned and then silenced, that he couldn't even flash away. So it was just really, really nice timing, which is great. If you're wondering, by the way, Huz, you're in the main account and you have chat on. I kind of didn't really realize, and I think I pay attention to that later in the game. But the reason why is I've been playing more normal games, I think I may have mentioned, but not even just on my stream. I've been playing them a bit with Vixie's stream, and having chat on, obviously, with playing with those games, it's a lot more lighthearted, so that was just on naturally. So, yeah, but they do get another kill in bot lane, so this game overall is going pretty good right now. Just to also explain my thought process on the game as a whole, based on comps, we outscale the enemy team. Like, it's not even probably close. What I mean, really nice attempt, by the way, by the Rengar there. Not sure if it would have been a kill, but it was a good attempt. But Renekton versus Shen. Shen actually outscales Renekton, even in potentially kill pressure later. If you do the new build, however, on Renekton, you might, I don't know, you might be okay. If you're wondering what the new build is on Renekton, it actually is incorporating Blade of the Ruined King. And you can see I'm starting to go a bit aggressive on the Lux, by the way. I've got a clear advantage between the two of us with items and pressure, with red buff and everything, and XP advantage. So I just kind of want to pressure her a little bit, make her uncomfortable, miss more farm, get a lead that way. But yeah, so in top lane, Shen probably outscales Renekton, or at least makes him a lot less useful. Udyr and Rengar. Technically, Rengar doesn't probably outscale Udyr in the 1v1. Like, if they were to fight later on even terms, an Udyr would probably win the fight. But you actually have to kind of not just kind of think about it that way. You've also got to think, what is realistic damage? Udyr has to run at people to do damage. Rengar has his ultimate to engage on people. It's a bit different, and usually a Rengar has a lot more chance to actually get on top of people. Mid lane scaling is actually very similar in terms of damage. Also, I saw, by the way, Udyr go to the dragon, which again, to me, yep, he's doing dragon. He's tanking it. I ult him. Don't do a full ult combo. Don't even use my Q. We've saved the Q to finish him off at the end. And yes, we do kill him. Rengar going to go for the Lux. Bot lane, I think, traded. Both AD carries got a kill. Both supports died. Rengar eventually goes over, gets the Lux. I'm now going to try and make my way down. See if I can finish off the Kai'Sa. Obviously, Renekton also staying in top lane. And yeah, we're going to go for the Kai'Sa as much as we can. She does dodge my Q. She's going to maybe get away. She's dead, by the way. The Vayne doesn't need to go under tower. Pick up the kill. Makes myself 3-0-0. Game's going fantastic. And, you know, I like what I'm doing. So, you know, little things like I noticed the Udyr is going to dragon. So what do? I go address that. I'm not being lazy. I'm not being complacent. I'm going, dragon's over. I'm actually actively looking to stop that. Udyr was stealing our blue earlier. I teleport on the blue. I stop that. It's about, you know, one thing that I think a lot of people in League don't think about is it's not about just you doing well. It's also about you stopping the enemy team do well. If that Udyr got that blue, well, that's a blue buff being taken away from you. If that Udyr got that dragon, well, that's a dragon you no longer can get. It's about denying that as well as, you know, you want to do well, but also stop the enemy team. So you saw Renekton actually did a flash there. Doesn't get the kill, which is going to be a bit tilting for him. So that's good. Good survival by Shem. Item build, obviously, natural item build for Malzahar. We've obviously gone a Dark Seal this game, which is just generally a good item if you're combining it with, I find, Corrupting Potion. My team is, like, proper going for it here. So, again, the Udyr is getting a bit bullied. If memory serves correct, back on the loading screen, I think he was a jungler, but just never plays Udyr. Again, Udyr isn't technically a hard champion to play, but I wouldn't randomly play Udyr. Anyway, there's a bit too deep play, if you can see on the minimap. Vayne is nowhere around right now, so we're outnumbered, arguably. So this is a bit questionable, I'd say. I might be out of position a little bit here too. Vayne is coming, but the red buff is trying to be done. Udyr has now made his way back. I'm potentially caught, so I just flash pretty early, to be honest. But I didn't want to risk it. I'm going to go back to mid lane, and yeah, that'll do. Like, we lost Thresh for that. They killed Udyr, so technically that whole play combined, I think we stole a red buff and we traded 1 kill for 1 kill. So that's not overly bad, but it's not overly good either. But again, when you're taking neutral trades 1 for 1, you have to remember if you're the comp that scales, yeah, it's fine. Oh, again, furthering that, Vayne versus Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa, obviously, for a long time, was in a great position. I don't think she's in a stronger position now. Meanwhile, does another good gank. Bot lane does Rengar. I don't think she's in the strongest position now. Nor is Vayne, by the way. But Vayne naturally always has great scaling because of her true damage W. So, again, arguably, we have a better AD carry in terms of scaling. And then supports. I think the enemy team's got Nami. And you guys know me. I prefer... Yeah, Nami. I prefer... not enchanter supports. That's just me personally. I don't think they're great. I think a lot of them, generally my rule of thumb, you can disagree with me if you want, but if you're a enchanter support and you misposition once, well, you're just dead. Anyway, lovely roam by Thresh. Gonna take the tower because I'm at full health, do a nice combo and finish off that kill. So that was really nice. That was like no worries at all. Lovely play by Thresh. Good to see an active support that's roaming like that when he's not needed in bot lane because they just killed the Nami, I think. They've got the Vayne free farming. Rengar's even down there again. Yeah, why not roam in the end of the day? In this time with killing my opponent in mid lane directly, it allows me to get these tower plates. And remember, push for them. Tower plates only last a certain amount of time. Try to get them as much as possible. Now, unfortunately, what's happening there is, yeah, Shen ulted. He did get an assist off the Kai'Sa, which is good. But obviously, him ulting did get him killed. He got engaged on while low health. He probably didn't, like you see in chat there, yeah, he was looking at bot lane, so he just gets absolutely engaged on and murdered, which is unfortunate. They are going to continue top lane, which is a smart thing to do. If you see 3 people at bot lane, you kill the top lane, I'm in mid lane. Yeah, continue top lane. They get 2 towers, because obviously, do remember that Riot, with their amazing balancing going on nowadays, they did the great change of making this I think at least the outer towers incredibly squishy. I still don't even know how that made it through to live servers. It's just crazy. But yeah, it did. So the game so far is still going pretty well. Again, excuse if you see bad FPS every now and then. That's just me tabbing out the game. And one thing I will say, hopefully the webcam is not freezing at all. Today in stream, I actually asked my stream, has it? And they were like, nope, hasn't frozen once the whole stream. Weirdly, recording these actually apparently take more resources than streaming. So, because if you're wondering how I record these, I'm watching the game, opening the video myself, and I'm kind of watching it with you. And then I don't use this recording, I kind of get a cleaner one. But apparently watching the video at the same time of recording with the camera makes the webcam lag every now and then. Hopefully it's not bad, because I've actually changed something in Task Manager to make OBS a higher priority in processes. So like my processor will value OBS and be like, don't lag. But yeah, I noticed that in the last replay commentary that we did, the webcam was literally struggling quite bad. Every few seconds it was kind of freezing. So hopefully it's not, but who knows. Dragon's up again. So again, current meta, Season 10 is the world of the junglers. Whichever jungler's better will likely win the game. So we go for, and also who gets the dragons, because obviously the elemental buffs are so strong. And I'm actually asking right now, is Udyr AFK? So again, going back to earlier, he never played Udyr before. Udyr is not a champion you just pull out, or at least he hadn't played Udyr in the last 30 days, because remember, Professor is the last 30 days of gameplay. Renekton, by the way, to me, I don't know why he's this far up, so he walks way too close, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? We do get the kill, but then Lux just casually waiting there, which was a bit weird, if I'm honest, but alright, again, technically worth, and that's my first death, but I guess that's probably okay. We got the Renekton, who is in a pretty good state right now. I'm going to be honest, this Lux didn't seem great to me. She had very little lane pressure, if any. I was out farming her, and that's me out farming somebody. That generally doesn't really happen. So I didn't think this Lux was great, so I wasn't too concerned that she got 1 kill. But yeah, you know, it happens every now and then. Renekton returning top lane. You know, I don't think I use teleport here because there's not much point. Again, hold your teleports when you don't need them. Sometimes you see the weirdest teleports, like a minion wave is pushing into like the enemy in like mid game, and someone teleports there. You're like, why did you do that? Again, hold your teleports. Again, generally for objectives is a good thing. If people are saying, when should I use my TP? Objectives, you can't really go wrong. You know, if you want a side lane or anything, having teleport up gives you that side lane pressure that, you know, you can go help your team if they need you. So that's something. You can notice when I'm pressing tab, by the way, the Renekton is going the bulk build. And I'm pinging the Udyr, by the way, just to be like, he's not AFK, because we hadn't seen him for a while. Dodging a few spells there. And I randomly have 3 people mid, which is a bit odd. I don't really know why I have 3 people mid. The wave, if you look at bot lane on the minimap, is actually pushing into them. So Kai'Sa, or if Lux wanted to go down, Huzzy kind of, they could be getting farmed, but they all seem interested in kind of like going top, I guess, to stop my bot lane pushing. You know, we've said a few times, Diamond is not 100% what it used to be. So a lot in this game, it didn't make complete sense because Shen's now in bot lane by himself. There's a lot of gold that the enemy team will be missing out. Gold and experience that the enemy team will be missing out on now. And that's something that you normally don't see. Remember, every single time that a minion dies to other minions, that's gold and experience that you're not getting. Or like at least gold that you're not getting. So it's a pretty bad thing to allow. The mid tower is so close, by the way, to dying. You can probably sense my desperation of, dude, I want to kill this. And this is something that I've actually recently picked up on Malzahar, by the way. Poking with Q. Q does a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. So you'll see me just throw out Q. It's a pretty low cooldown. And yeah, it's pretty effective. So Lux is going to probably die. Rengar finishes my tower off, and I don't even think I got gold for that. Barrier, and I finish her off with a Q. Again, does a lot of damage. She nearly survived, but that makes me 5-1-1. Mid tower has fallen, which is good. There are minions now crashing into the tier 2 in mid lane, and as always, that is a great thing. Udyr, standard Udyr play, unfortunately for him, especially against a Vayne. I'd say Vayne is probably Udyr's biggest counter, I'd like to say. Like, she's the queen of kiting as an AD carry. So, yeah, a bit of a feels bad for Udyr. Again, Malzahar is another insane, massive counter to Udyr. Not even just because of my ultimate, but Malz is really good at getting slows in eventually. Like, Rylai is obviously a core item on Malzahar, which normally you buy as your second item, by the way. I'm changing it up this game, and I'll explain why in a second. But yeah, Rylai champions counter Udyr quite hard. But yeah, why am I changing my build? Because I know I'm playing quite well. I'm fed. I'm strong, I'm feeling good. You know, while I was playing the game, I was like, I'm playing quite well this game. So I'm going to go on more aggressive builds. So Liandry actually does more damage than a Rylai would in damage output. So that's what I'm going for. So you can see me kind of predicting. I was actually thinking Udyr was going to come here. What I didn't get or guess is they're coming. So I'm just going to go for the one shot on the Nami. I actually make a mistake and don't land the Q, which is a bit whatevers. But you can see my damage at the moment is absolutely insane. For a Malzahar at this state of the game, people probably wouldn't expect. Dude, you just basically one-shot their bot lane? Yeah. Malz is strong, and I know he's not the most entertaining pick, but yeah, it's weird. You throw the average person on Malzahar, they might do okay, but a lot of people will still feed on this champion because he's actually kind of easy to feed on. No mobility. Yeah, you've got like an inbuilt Banshees, but that doesn't make you completely safe. He's also, the higher rating you go, he gets camped quite a lot. Any mid laner that has no mobility is subject to getting camped. And if you make a mid laner behind, they're not very useful. So I type that, I feel like I'm playing well. And yeah, I genuinely do think I am playing well right now. And it's a great feeling. And I am playing Malz, which it sounds bad. I shouldn't have to defend myself for playing Malz, but it sometimes feels like I might need to. Now, here is something that, like, actually, I'm not even kidding. I played this game last night. It made me laugh. So look how split my team is. Vayne in that whole time was just doing dragon. She lost the dragon to the Udyr. So 3 of my teammates die. An instant surrender vote came out. And yeah, I'm not even kidding. It's Season 10, ladies and gentlemen. Now, don't worry. Like, it goes negative a little bit here, but keep watching. But yeah, like, that is a great example of Season 10. Is one bad play, like, what was that play? No one knew. I don't know why they did that. And then instantly, people are tilting. And yeah, this is where I noticed. I was like, oh, wait, I've got chat on. Let's get rid of that. So I get rid of the chat. Because I don't want to see it. In the end of the day, I can't be bothered anymore to see people be negative in chat or be annoying or toxic or whatever. It's just not worth it anymore. So it's not a fix to the toxicity problem in League at all, is muting, but it's a band-aid solution while, if ever, Riot actually attempt to fix it. So it's good enough for now. So we're hopefully going to just try and calm down the game. That is one bit of advice I would give you guys, is when something goes bad in League or in I think video games or even like in sport, when something goes negative, the thing that you should try to aim to do, meanwhile we get a pick potentially on the Udyr any second, you can see he is melting right now to me, is slow down the game. Momentum is such a big thing, especially in League. When one team gets ahead, it's so hard to slow them down. You know, they get one kill, they'll get another kill, they'll get another kill. So slow down the game. Don't do anything overly aggressive. Group if you need to slow everything down. And just kind of get control back of the game. Because I've definitely been in a situation of having this lead, that type of play happening, and then you end up losing the game because the enemy team keeps the momentum of the game and your team just tilts off the face of the earth. Slowing it down, kind of recalculating, like, dude, we are really ahead in gold here. We just can't have 3 people, or actually 2 people. Was it 2? Yeah, it was 2 people walk into the enemy jungle alone was the play. Shen did ult to try and save, but they killed, I think, the Rengar before the Shen ult actually landed. And then Vayne doing dragon alone. Like, if that doesn't happen, we're fine. So you just don't let that happen again. Now, unfortunately, the Vayne, I'd actually say, tilted from that play. And then you have again, this is the negative, is now the Rengar's potentially getting caught. But, yeah, I think the Vayne possibly tilted from that play. I'm going to flash to try and get away from the Udyr. Because, yeah, she was top lane alone farming. And I just decided, dude, they're going to maybe look to do Baron pretty soon. If I can kill the jungler, that might be a good thing. So I do kind of just blow up the jungler. Unfortunately, Thresh got the kill. You can see me just picking the Vayne. Like, dude, that's just frustration, by the way. It's, you know, and it's not toxic. Why is she alone farming in top lane at this rate? It makes no sense apart from tilt. So I'm just saying that Vayne tilted from that one bad fight, which is true. A lot of players' mentals aren't very strong in League anymore. So one bad thing will happen, boom, their mental's gone, and they'll probably cost the game. So it's unfortunate, but it is definitely a problem in League nowadays. You could argue it is because the quality of player sometimes isn't in the rating that this is. So this Vayne might not be a diamond player, so doesn't have what I'd actually say diamond mentality. That's another thing that a lot of people don't kind of talk about, is mechanically it's one thing being a player, but also mentally it's also a thing. I think so many people like hard focus on mechanically I'm a player, mechanically I'm a diamond player, mechanically I'm a gold player. Well, that's only half the battle in League. League is a very mental game. So if mechanically you're a diamond player, but mentally you're bronze, you're probably not going to get to diamond. You'll probably like get to gold maybe. You have to have a strong mental, a strategic mind, not tilt proof, because no one's really tilt proof. But like, just be smart about it. Don't be the reason that your team loses. Just kind of be nice. So this is something that I was actually happy with. So we've said it many times before. One thing I need to do as a mid laner, as a top laner, because those are my 2 roles, my main roles, I need to side lane more. 100%, because I miss out on a lot of farm, a lot of experience. You know, very often it will be the mid game, and I haven't made a massive impact in mid game, and by late game, my lane opponent is 2 levels above me as a mid laner or as a top laner, and because they side lane and I don't. Meanwhile, Vayne's going for a solo play. But yeah, and I am right now always looking. If you know, I'm constantly looking over there. Why? I've got teleport. So this is the benefit of running teleport as a mid laner, or even and top lane, is you can side lane and then go help your team if it's needed. So I'm still committed, by the way, to this push. I am now teleporting, and this teleport, it wasn't like anything crazy. I get stopped instantly. But if you actually watch it again, the enemy team was looking aggressive. That wasn't actually looking like a great fight. My teleport forced the Renekton to walk away. It forced the Lux just to CC and walk away. It slowed down the play. And as we've already said in this commentary, meanwhile, I dodged her combo. That was good. I didn't mean to do it. But we said in this game, the best thing to do when something may not be going your way is try and slow it down. And that was a great example there. The teleport slowed down the enemy team's advance to the point that the fight was over. My team's okay. So that's good. Again, I said earlier, I was really happy with how I played this game. Unfortunately, they must have had vision in that bush, which they did. The Thresh is going to get comboed, but the Lux is... She's pretty weak right now. She is buying Zhonya's in her second item, which recently some people... We did a commentary, and I think I was playing Zed, question mark. And I think it might have been Zed. And I said in that, I was like... And I think I was against Orianna. It rings a bell. And I was like, oh, her rushing Zhonya is not a good sign. Just to explain... Zhonya isn't the perfect defense item for people that are really ahead of you or aggressive. Because what does Zhonya's do? In fact, yes, it can save your life, make you immune, but it also makes you stand still for 2 seconds or whatever. So if the enemy team is just so much more aggressive than you, when you click Zhonya's, they're just going to be waiting to kill you 2 seconds later. Sometimes the best defense is offense. So like stopping a Zed. If Zed's going to go on you, like, he a lot of the time doesn't need his ultimate to kill you if it's a decent Zed. But what will stop a Zed? Him being low health. Him just being too low health to like risk going for the ultimate play. That in essence is how you stop a Zed. So right now I was zoning the Lux, by the way. I am going to try and make it to the fight. Maybe a little bit too late. The Renekton does go all in. Really nice taunt by Shen actually. The enemy team... I think Lux gets caught out, doing a bunch of damage here. Vayne actually taking the MVP, definitely so far this fight. Land my dot on the Nami. Unfortunately, this is the negative, I guess, of not going Rylai second. If I had Rylai then, I would have slowed the Nami and maybe even the Kai'Sa. But that's fine. We're going to go for the Baron now, but that fight wasn't amazingly played by myself. I did get my ultimate off, by the way, but it was just basically a split second. Had them CC'd, they died straight away. I think Vayne finished off whoever I ulted. And Vayne, you can kind of see, is hunting. She detects that. Well, we just saw a glimpse of Kai'Sa on the minimap there. Kai'Sa's still in our jungle. There is potentially the reason you can see she's going for this. She actually lands her W on the Baron. That was actually kind of close. So I think Kai'Sa didn't just go for a base straight away because she was, I guess, trying to steal that Baron, which is a bit questionable. I don't know, because now the enemy team's death timers are out of sync. So Kai'Sa's dead for another 20 seconds, so we can basically push without any pressure potentially from Kai'Sa. Now, I bought a Medjai's, by the way, this game. You can tell that I'm actually feeling pretty good. You know, Huzzy's having a good game. And I will say right now, if you're wondering how am I feeling, I know this game, I'm doing the most damage. It sounds weird, or I think I'm doing the most damage. Mentally, that's how I was feeling. Because a Vayne can kill one person, is going to be attacking one person. Well, Mal's going to attack several people at the same time. And my dot is jumping person to person. If my memory serves correct, yeah, Nami stole that Gromp. I was like, God damn it. So that was unfortunate. And I think I might wait in this bush and be like, come here, Nami, but she doesn't go for it. And I am going to go back again pretty early. That last team fight made me kind of want Rylai, really badly. So I did prioritize going to a side lane again, getting a couple waves, and getting that Rylai. Now I'll group, and now I'm pretty confident to do a lot more in team fights. Again, naturally, we spoke about it earlier. Rylai is a big counter item to Udyr especially. He's not going to be able to do much if we Rylai or slow him. Same really goes for Renekton. Obviously, Renekton not hurt as much from it, but still hurt somewhat. So my team, they're going to be a bit careful. I'm going to push up the mid here and then look to group after. But what I did like in general, and obviously it wasn't all the time, but in general my team was good about not engaging when I wasn't with them. Here's an example where they don't do that. But we're going to go for a big old team fight. Going to ult the Udyr. Do go for a flash just so we don't get CC'd, and we're going to look like we're losing the fight, but my ultimate and spells starts melting people. So you can, my dot was on Kai'Sa, they go for the Vayne. My dot has now bounced to the Nami, I believe. We're going to try and kill her, and we're doing a bunch of damage. You can see some people in my team are like proper tilted. I don't even know who does this surrender vote, but we won the fight. And we've now broken into the base. Rengar's doing a really smart thing, by the way. He's splitting the push. So he knows that they can't stop me. So I'm going to get this in him. And look where he is. He's in mid. So we're maximizing what we can get with the time that we have available. That the enemy team's dead. Unfortunately, if you look at the minion wave there, it was only ranged minions left. So Rengar couldn't get to the tower. So that was a bit unfortunate of how the minion wave was. But, nothing we can really do about that. So we're up to 20 stacks. If you're wondering what I was doing there, like with the chat, I was looking to see who started the surrender vote, because for the life of me, I'm like, who's doing that? Like, I don't understand. Like, we won that fight. And Udyr goes for a potential steal. It did look like, by the way, he flashed to come in. He didn't, like, jump over with a blasting plant. I ult him straight away, so there's no chance of him stealing. And we do pick up the dragon and another kill. So we're now 929. 227 farm, which I would say is more farm than I normally get by 30 minutes, admittingly. But yeah, I'm really happy. We're winning in farm. We're having a lot bigger, I'd say, performance than our lane opponent, and I'm pretty happy. So again, the main account has been in a rough position. Even hell, I'm going to be honest, the Smurf has been in a rough position. If you watched the Jin episode a couple of days ago, or even, I think it might have been yesterday, a lot of the games are like that. Huz is playing pretty good, but we had that Vladimir that was like 1 in 12 or something like that. Absolutely crazy. That people just flat out refuse to get carried. It's pretty unfortunate that the game has become that way, but, what can you do? So Rengar goes for an ultimate here. It's pressure, but I would have probably waited until minions were here. And again, you're going to see the same thing that I spoke about earlier. I am just going to throw out my Q quite often. Look at the damage. Poke. Half health Kai'Sa with 1 Q. That is something that I don't think I ever used to do on Malz. I never used to just throw out my Q, because I was always kind of greedy waiting for my, combo. Now, Renekton's coming in pretty early. I ult early and cancel my own ultimate to reposition better. Damage-wise, I'm actually doing a lot of damage, believe it or not. My dot was on the Renekton, and then it jumped to the Udyr when the Renekton died. We're now going to push into the enemy base. Going to go for another Q. Again, nearing half health to Kai'Sa with one of them. And this looks like it will be the game, which is great. Again, Kai'Sa going aggressive. Will I survive? Does look like it so far. Lovely to play. I get 1 kill. I get 2 kill. Gonna maybe see if we can get the luck. She flashes away. Vayne is standing on the God Tower. My minions were distracting, and she does end up surviving, and that will be the game. So overall, I'm very happy with how I played that. I think we finished 11-11, which is pretty good. Again, I don't even remember the last time maybe I got that fed on my main account, but it's just kind of the no distractions. I can play the way that I want to. It's a lot easier. I'm going to just straight up say it. It's a lot easier to play League and solo queue when I'm not having to commentate. So that's something which is great. So damage-wise, I'll be bringing it up on the screen. It probably is on the screen now, but I remember when I was recording this, I unfortunately forgot to change the scene on OBS. So you'll be seeing the damage right now. I'm not seeing it yet in me recording this. Any second now. Come on, Huzzy, where is it? And there it is. So I actually do the second most damage in the game behind the Vayne. So she was doing a lot, but confidence level, like, weirdly, and this is sometimes it's not a bad thing saying, confidence level, I felt like I might have been doing better than the Vayne in some instances. Getting my ultimate on the right person, stopping them, slowing them, dotting them. And that's fine. Confidence level is part and parcel of playing well. But we gain 21, and you do notice, yes, we did get demoted from Diamond 3. It's... Again, can't even make it up. If you go and look at my op.gg, some of the games, Hoge performances, I think the game itself that may have got me demoted rings a bell that we had rage quitters, and that is, I'd say, in 50% of my games, there are rage quitters. I'm not going to say always on my team. The enemy team has rage quitters too. It's just, it's gone out of control. Riot need to get control back on the game because they've completely lost the control. But overall, pretty happy with that. Hopefully it is on the way to recovery. I might actually play more solo queue tonight in my own spare time. But yeah, that is the main account. That is Malzahar. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, throw a like on it, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.